Welcome back everyone to another episode of Pineleaf Responds, and today I'll be responding to a video by Andang where he speculated on the question, will there be any stable masters in Mordor? I have up here right now a map of Mordor, and you can see where various things are. We are up here at the waste. We are trying to knock on the door of the Black Gate over here. Over here is North Ithilien near Minas Morgul, which is down here. And we have Mount Doom here, Barad-dûr, and all this stuff, when Sauron is still very powerful. Now, of course, in the next update, most likely, things are going to change dramatically in Mordor. Currently, we have no stable masters in the waste. We have one right at the edge of it between Ithilien and the waste, but after that we have no stable masters. What's it going to be like in Mordor? I think there will be stable masters there. Andang feels that there will be either none or maybe one or two, and I think there will probably be a few more than that, though I'm having trouble right now deciding exactly where there will be. But most likely they'll be probably at the entrance here at the Moranon. We don't have one there now because it's enemy territory. But after the fall of Mordor, it's no longer going to be enemy territory, and that we could start to come in and start to establish a foothold. So I think we could establish a foothold. Now the biggest trouble, of course, will be supply, because we're going into a land we will have enemies still there. They'll be scattered and they will be demoralized from the fall of Sauron, but it's going to be a non-trivial task. But of course, we've got an army with us, and most likely that army will help to establish everything on the matter, and help to clean up and deal with as much they can in Mordor before they go around and going back home. Why? So that the orcs don't too easily regain their composure and make it more difficult to come back later. So therefore, there's going to be a big cleanup job. And you know who's going to be the biggest one doing this cleanup job? Yeah, that's right, us. So therefore, in order to help accommodate this, they'll probably have footholds in here in order to help us have camps, and there'll be stable masters there because it's not going to be no longer pure enemy territory. Now, Andang did speculate about the possibility of there being an ally here. He said similar to the Earthkin that you have in Angmar. Well, I agree with that part of his speculation. What I do believe, though, is that it's not going to be something like the Earthkin or anything like that. It is going to be the people of Nirn. Why the people of Nirn? We already know that the people of Nirn are being held as slaves. That's established in the lore. We also know that they are freed by the Gondorians at the end of the War of the Ring. That's established in the lore. So therefore, if we have an ally in Mordor, it's going to be the people of Nirn. Another reason why I believe this is because we have this quest in the waste that involves rescuing some slaves, some people ready to be killed by the people of Mordor. And based on a letter we read in there at some point, some of the people that are being in there and tortured and killed are from Nirn. Now, are any of the people that we rescued actually from Nirn? Well, they don't say that yes directly, but there's the possibility that it is. And if there are any, then it is likely that any of them that were able to escape might be able to spread word that we're people to be trusted, and they'll become an ally because they want to get their freedom from the forces in there. So yes, I think that we could probably get stable masters down up here, maybe around Minas Morgul once we clean that place up a little bit so that we have a better way in order to get in and out of Mordor than And then Kira's Ungol, which is a rather unpleasant place, and I think it'll remain to be one for some time. So therefore, we will have a means here and here of one. And probably a stable master down here if Nirn is included in the expansion. They might have the edges of Nirn in there, but not much else. Now, we do have other places we might, because we would probably want to set some there at Barad-dûr, and probably put a stable master up there. Now, of course, yeah, I agree with Andang that Mount Doom's probably a pretty poor place to put one. But we do have a couple of places up here, and we do have this road going up and down here that has cisterns. Cisterns that are used for watering. Hopefully we'll be able to put some fresher water in there than is there currently, because yeah, it's a rather acrid water that the horses might not like drinking, but that's another matter. But yes, that is the biggest trouble of what I'm saying here, is water around the plateau of Gorgoroth, because that's not a good place for stable masters. We'll probably be on or on up there unless they could get a network of water, because we are told that we're not supposed to drink water from the plateau of Gorgoroth. Near the mountains, where we might have some streams flowing inward, we might be able to luck out. If you find a stream or two around here coming into the land of Mordor, we'll be in luck. It's March. If there's going to be a stream running down, this is the time of the year for it. So therefore, I will say they'll all have to be along the edges. We may have water flowing in or near the cisterns that are coming around here. And possibly also down to the south in Nirn, because this is the breadbasket of Mordor, and as I said, the best place for any potential allies. So therefore, that's my speculation, is I believe that there will be more stable masters than Andang speculates. I do agree with him that it will probably come from an ally within Mordor, and that will probably be from down in Nirn. And also, I think we can have some stable masters along the edges where we have either streams flowing in, or we may have the cistern system, maybe supplemented by maybe rangers coming in and bringing in some extra supplies and wagons of water, since if Mordor's fallen, we might be able to make a safe passage for such things. And that's it for my speculation on that matter. And that's it for this time. Until next time, this is Pineleaf Noodles, reminding you to skirmish responsibly.